Hey everybody, today we are making a capillary rainbow and I'm going to show you what you need and we'll get started. So first off, you're going to need between 3 and 5 glasses depending how many colors you want your rainbow to have. I have 5 here. I'm going to start with 3 colors, the 3 primary colors. So I have red food coloring, yellow food coloring, and blue food coloring. And I've got 5 glasses. The glasses that are going to have food coloring are about half filled with water, and the ones in between have no water at all. Next, you're going to need to get some paper towels or napkins. I got my paper towel and I rolled it up so it's sort of like a small tube. You can see how it fits nicely between 2 glasses. And you're going to need those for our capillary action. So let's get started. I'm going to color my glasses. Going to make this one blue. Going to make this one yellow. That was a lot of yellow. And I'm going to make this one red. Oh, this is like a gel one. I forgot. One more drop. There. Alright, and I'm going to get something to stir them up. I'm going to stir these, especially this one since this is a gel food coloring and kind of clumped up, so you got to break those up. That is good enough. Mix our yellow one. Yellow one's looking good. Let's mix our blue one a little bit. We want our nice deep colors. All right. So now I'm going to get my tubes and stick them in between each glass. So I'm going to have one going from the red to the empty one from the empty one to the yellow one from the yellow one to another empty one. Try to keep them from touching. There we go. And last pair from this empty one to this blue one. There we go. So you might have already noticed that the water is already traveling up the tubes of paper towels. See some yellow there, some blue ones traveling. That is because of capillary forces. So paper towels are made of lots of cellulose fibers. So these thin little tubes make up these paper towels. Now, when water or other liquids adhere to the surfaces of the tube that they're in, it can form capillary forces that are stronger than gravity pulling the liquid down. So we have a little bit of water in the tubes and the water is sticking up the sides of the tube just more and more and sort of creeping up along. And if we wait long enough, the water from this red cup will travel through our little tube bridge all the way to the empty glass, and same with the yellow and the blue. And after a few hours, we should have an equal amount of water in each of these glasses, including the empty ones. And hopefully the colors will mix and we'll get some cool capillary rainbow action. So I'm going to pause the time lapse and point something out here. You may have noticed that at some points I started adding more water to the glasses, particularly the yellow one. That's because when I first poured the water, I didn't realize that the yellow cup would be losing twice as much water since yellow is moving from here to here and from here to here. So I needed to add more yellow to balance it out. And I'll show you what happened over here. You can see some of the red actually started to move from what's supposed to be our orange glass up the yellow tube to almost start coloring this one orange. That's because right before I added the water, the yellow had almost completely left this glass, meaning there was now more in this glass than there was in this glass. And the water is always going to move from the greatest concentration to the lowest. So red started to travel up here. That's why you can see this paper towel started to turn a little bit red. That's why I added more yellow, so the yellow would start moving back here and push out that red. So the red got up to here at one point if you look at the video, and now it's going back down because the yellow is pushing it back. So I just wanted to point that out. Alright, so we are wrapping up the capillary rainbow experiment. I probably will leave this out just to see if it eventually balances out, which I'm sure it will, because that's how capillary action works, but I'm going to stop the video here. So you can see we got a really nice green going over here. So these mixed really well. My mistake was not putting enough yellow in the central cup to start with. So eventually, if you look at we saw through our time-lapse videos, the yellow ran out and then the red started to overtake this one. So that's why this one here still looks red and not orange, because red totally overtook this one and then started travel and almost started taking over this yellow cup, which is why I added a lot more yellow to balance it out. So if I wait a few more hours, this yellow liquid is going to sort of flush out the red, and then this will turn orange, and eventually, after enough time, all of these cups will be at the same level of water in each one, so we would have equal amounts of red, orange, yellow, green, and blue. So I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to try this yourself. My biggest suggestion is if you are doing 5 cups like I did here, make sure to account for the central cup being used twice as much and add twice as much water. So I was taking this experiment apart, and then I noticed that these paper towels actually look kind of cool when you pull them out. So I'm pulling this one out, and you can see some green that started to travel up to the yellow. You can see some red over here that made its way all the way from that cup over there. And then you can see over here, again, you'll see some red that started to creep up, some red over here too. And then this one's just all red because the red really just overpowered this poor orange cup. And then the green one has some mixtures of green and blue in it.